That scared me there for a moment. I saw the black screen appear, but hey, Football Manager is up. Hey guys, how are we doing? Nice to see everybody. I'll turn the music down here in a real quick. Nice. So as you can see here, I was just setting up some mentoring squads here. As you can see here, I have Teddy Bearface in with Nathan Collins, who is a perfectionist, in the hope to improve his hidden attributes. We're going to be moving through today really quickly. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to get in a set piece coach, but I've already found one because we lost one of our coaches. We released a guy there because he had no contract and he was no good. So there are a few players who we're after getting rid of. Let me turn on that light so you guys can see the input there. There we go. That's better. Now, as well as that, we also have signed a few players. Good afternoon. I shall be mostly lurking and working. Fair enough. You can lurk and work all you would like. I don't know why you want to put him in. He doesn't need the match sharpness. And the other guy was Castrovelli, who is match sharp. So yeah, we're happy with that. We want to get some guys in for match sharpness against Lynchfield City. £164 million spent by Wolves as a transfer record. Sure, you can go there. Don't really care. Thirteenth signing of the transfer window. Don't think you just should expect to see much else. Irresponsible if I wasn't talking about thinking about the future of the club. Player can help us immediately and then win in the long term too, because he's 25, and if he gets to 30, that means we've been playing this game for 6 years in that long. We've also extended a few of the contracts here. So Bentley has got a new 2-year extension to his contract. He's basically contracted until 2027. He's only getting paid 15k a week. Pretty happy to have him around for a little bit longer. Yusuf Yazici has signed a 1-year extension, so he's around until 2029. Fabio Silva is around until 2027. Right out Nuori is around until 2027 as well. So we have essentially created more and more depth to our squad. I've also brought Teddy Bearface and Anto up to the senior team, so that way they can train with the senior squad. They get access to the better training facilities, and it also means we can put them in mentoring groups, which is what I wanted to do. I want to add Anto into this mentoring group. Anto's a mercenary. He's not very loyal. And then finally we want to bring up a... we go to under 18s. We're looking for Felix Ander, who is Midge's character, who he's named. As you can see, he is not good. Felix Ander. So we want these guys available for the U18s team. To be fair, you could probably play for the under 21s, but you could definitely play for the U18s and absolutely hammer any under 18s player you come up against. Happy enough with that. Felix Ander, you'll be the same. You'll be available for the under 18s squad for 90 minutes. We'll be training you. Afternoon, friends. Hello, QG. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, happy with that. And now we can add him to the training here. So what we want to do here is we want to make a new group. You want to call this one Youth 2. You want to add an older player here. We'll add Clement because he's a 29-year-old perfectionist. We'll add Nelson Semedo. And then we'll add Felix Ander. So as you can see here, there's an estimated influence on the group, which is considered average. So it's expected that Clement Langley and Nelson Semedo will have an average effect on the group, but the significant effect will be on Felix Ander, who's young and influential, basically. As you can see here, I've added Evan Ferguson, Fabio Silva, and Anto O'Reilly to a group of Scott McTominay, who's a consummate professional. He's got a significant influence on the group because he is a highly influential player who has a lot of playing experience. So he will affect Evan Ferguson and Anto very heavily. So they will be able to basically grow, even though Evan Ferguson's already spirited and evasive, so he's pretty professional as is. But having him become more professional sooner will be better for his development. And in the youth team here, we have Nathan Collins, who is a perfectionist, with Gabriel Moscarda, Rooney Bargani, and Teddy Bareface. The fact that he has no effect on Rooney is kind of weird. But I'm fine with leaving Rooney in there because he's lighthearted, and that means he's pretty good. He's also evasive, so he's got some professionalism about him. Oh, that's right. We unlocked something. Let me show you guys this. I think I can do this from here. Fuck me, the weather's awful. Yeah, it's not great. Oh, do I have to do it from like here? So slash. Did that work? Looks like it. Rooney's injured with a bruised ankle. That's fine. It's only a 2-day injury. Gabriel played 45 minutes for Brazil's under 23s. Yeah, so we unlocked VIPs in this, I think it was last stream because we had so many people talking. We've got ourselves VIP options now. Oh, Air United, I know those guys. What's their top prospect like? He's a left back. Give him a scout, see if he's any good. Check the rolls later to make sure that's worked properly. So here's the thing, right? I'm not sure if that's thunder or if it's the actual, or if it's somebody driving a tractor down the laneway next to me, because it is absolutely lashing rain here right now. Got a new set piece coach in. Fantastic. We didn't have a set piece coach. Now do we do? We also... No, that's everything else. The only thing we're missing now is a technical coach. Sorry, a technical director. Which I'm not sure what a technical director does, to be honest. Cat is on crack and is running the full length of the flat. Sounds like Cat's. Cat got the zoomies. Also, hey, the chat thing worked. QG is now VIP. He's got that blue gem next to him. But it hasn't shown up on my side. If you refresh chat, it probably should come up. So yeah, we unlocked the option to give people VIP in the chat. I assume it's because of the fact that we did really well with people chatting. I don't know if I can add more symbols. No, Reg, you can only have 3. I can't give you VIP, and I can't give Anto VIP because you guys are both mods. Right, Wolverhampton Wanderers captain. We're going to give the assistant to Yusuf and the captaincy to Nathan Collins. So Nathan Collins will become our captain. He hasn't got the highest leadership score, but he has got the second highest leadership score. And he's also got good teamwork. There's Scott McTominay there, but Scott McTominay's just come in. Yusuf Yazici has only been here a year. But I do think giving the two of them armbands would be a good idea. So now Nathan Collins is our full-time captain. And he is going to be our he's going to be a full-time captain, and Yusuf Yazici is going to be our off-the-bench captain, basically. You're very welcome, QG. I think the only VIPs I have right now are QG and Midge. Lauren Serby has gone to Chelsea. So we're going to need a new scout. We want a new skit who has high judging player potential and ability. Oh, yeah, we want you. As a chief scout? Honestly, yeah, you're good enough to be our chief scout. So now if I go to a staff here, Ben's Bigglesworth has some good knowledge overall, but isn't the greatest scout. Let's enter contract negotiations. We're not going to have you be our scout, our chief scout anymore. You're going to be a regular. We're going to downgrade you to regular scout, but I am willing to give you 5k a week for it. Nope. Okay. We're terminating your contract, or can we mutually excuse? Can we do a mutual termination? Might cost less that way. You can come off our lists. You can stay on them. 240 grand? Yeah, you can go. So that means now we need another scout. So that shouldn't be hard to find. You got 17, 15, with your Spanish. Let me check out any unemployed people, because we don't really want to be spending more and more money on people. Oh, Rafa Benitez. Huh. Everton fame. Serbia, Italy. This is Bosnia and Herzegovina. Montenegro. Yeah, we'll sign you. Scout 5 years. Sounds good to me. Oh yeah, that's the notification from that account letting people know that I've gone live. So let's get back into this here. Honestly, I probably should have replaced Ben Wigglesworth at the start of the first season. Oh, Pedro Neto's hurt. He's twisted his ankle for a few weeks. Honestly, I am curious if we could get a bid for 95 million for Mateus Nunes. I don't imagine there's anyone that interested in him, though. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. I know it's Thursday, so we've only got one more day till Friday. Everything will be a bit more... Hopefully everything's more quiet tomorrow for everybody at home. We turn down some music a touch more as well, actually. I'm just realizing it's a bit loud on the mixer. Don't forget your coffee if you've made any. Or tea. Or any hot beverage you may or may not have. And by saying you don't know if you can add more symbols, right, do you not know if you have the commands to add VIPs and stuff like that? You should be able to know if you type in / and then VIP into the chat, and it'll ask you for a username. Though I can only have 10 VIPs, I think, because I've only got the basic one. Holding off on my next coffee at the moment, as the in-laws are supposed to be visiting for lunch and only midway through. That's fair. That makes sense. You don't want to be sitting there like, oh, I have to finish this coffee before we leave to get lunch. And then when you get to lunch, you're like, oh, I'm going to have a coffee. At which point, oh, Matt Doherty's gone to Girona. We get 34k for it. We signed at Paris Saint-Germain for free. Signed a Tottenham for 15 million from us. We signed him for 75k from Bohemians. I saw someone on my company's London Slack channel talking coffee instead of getting Americano and add 2 double espresso shots to it like that. Is like, at that point, just do meth. Yeah. Have you ever seen the I don't know if it's a TikTok or if it's a ye olde Vine. But you might remember the guy who uses Monster to like he puts in like a bunch of coffee into a coffee maker, like a bunch of coffee grinds into a coffee maker, and then uses Monster Energy as like the water, and you just see his hands just vibrating as he's putting together this concoction, this potion. And I'm just like, oh, you're going to have a heart attack by the time you turn like 30. I'm like, at that point, you just need to stop. You need to get help. Also, apologies if you can hear my sister's really loud car, because she has to go to work. Oh, this guy's just asked for a transfer. The guy who was recommended to us last stream by KTB. Nah, that's fine. I'm a warrior's queen at the moment with my sword and crown. Don't need jewels as well. That's fair. All eyes on the Roses derby, which is Man United and Leeds. Yep, happy with that. Atlanta have made a Teo Corbeau offer. Yep, you can fuck off for 2 million. Absolutely. Bruno is going to Blackpool on loan. Happy with that. We only really have one loan player who I'm interested in, and that's Federico Alfonso, who's on loan to Famalicão. We've got Aston Villa up as our first match of the season. If Evan Ferguson manages to score in his debut match for us, I might have to take a moment to find something. My sister's just messaging me to let me know that I don't need to. She's leaving certain things for me to do. We sold 22,000 season tickets. Remain the same as last year. Which is wild given that we have made it into Europe this year. We're going to get this season started with a match against Aston Villa, folks. Let's check out our tactics here, because we got to set up our bench. So Pedro Neto's injured, so he can't start. Mark Travers and Deion Sanderson, so you won't be playing. Do I start Evan Ferguson? Or do I start Fabio Silva? Also, you should be personalized advanced forward when you're on the pitch. You're not a complete forward. You're not strong enough for it. Kai, you can for sure come off for Nelson Semedo. Kilman, you can come off for Nathan Collins. Isn't going to be able to play the first match, so Clement, I guess, is going to be starting for our first match here. Teddy Bareface, you played well in the preseason, but you're not going to be playing for us right now. Mateus Nunez, you can go into that slot. Drewsbury Hall can go on the bench. Kaito, you can start at left mid. Anyone else here we need to put in the starting lineup? No, I think that's our pretty much starting lineup. I think Scott McTominay is going to come off for Morten Hjulmand, though. Archie Brown, Kusov. Honestly, I think I'll start Kilman here on the left-hand side. Put Gabriel Moscardo on the bench. Put Rayan on the bench. And Castrovilli on the bench. So we have a backup. We don't have a backup keeper, but hopefully we won't need one. We have a centre back, right back, defensive mid, midfielder, defensive mid, left back swap. You should be here. Teddy, you shouldn't be on the bench right for this match. I don't think you might start. You might be on the bench for a match in the future, but not for this match. Mateus Cunha, you should be on the bench. Actually, Cunha, you should probably start over Nakamura for this match. Then we have another central midfielder. So we have a defender, right back, left back, midfielder, defensive midfielder, centre back, defensive midfielder. You should 100% be there. Centre mid, wing, striker. Sasha's on the bench, left out at the moment. Might be someone who we consider selling in the summer, Sasha, if we manage to do okay. Alternatively, if I switch to our 4-1-3-2 narrow. The fucking heavens just opened. Yeah, it's raining here quite heavily. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the microphone, but it's raining really heavily because I have my windows open because I wanted to let some air in. But it's coming down pretty heavily right now where we are. Oh, this will be a big match. Evan Ferguson's first return to Brighton. They're expecting a draw. They're hoping to see Evan Ferguson and Shrewsbury Hall make their debut. Evan might come on at 45 minutes, and Shrewsbury Hall will definitely be coming on, probably for Mateus Nunes, who isn't fully sharp and is still kind of recovering from his broken leg. Don't think there's anybody else here who has to make their debut. Teddy Bareface and Felix Ander. Felix Ander won't be making his debut professionally. Teddy Bareface might. Given he's 16 and has enough talent right now probably to play on the bench for us. Oh, there's a postman outside who looks like he's going to be carrying some heavy stuff to us. I'm going to open up my door here just to let him in. Apologies, folks. I didn't want to leave the poor postman outside when he could see me through my window. I don't think that'd be a very nice idea of me, just standing there and sitting here and being like, don't worry about it. Just leave the package outside. You know? Since I'm the only one home right now, also, it kind of relies to me. Felix Ander isn't happy with his individual training. What's his individual training? Defensive positioning? Yeah, that's important for you. You should be doing that. We'll attend this meeting here. Yeah, sure. Harry Griffith, Owen Hasketh. Yeah, I place these guys on the loan list. Hey, his potential keeps kind of flicking back and forth between 3.5 star and 4 stars. I think that's probably because if he stays healthy, he might hit that. But obviously, he's not been healthy consistently. He's currently in a torn groin muscle and won't be back for a while. Lots of things that it didn't really matter, but hey, it's done now. Poor postman's got a load of packages to deliver. Right. First match here against Aston Villa. They're recommending me bring in Ryan Atnuori at left back over Brown. I think we'll do that. I think I'll leave Kilman in there to start. Where the fuck? Oh, it's a Chinese Super League team. Anyone else in here? Drewsbury Hall is fit for 75 minutes of action. That's fine. He'll probably come in for Mateus Nunes or Hjulmand at some point. Maybe Yusuf Yazici if Yusuf is tired. But more than likely, Castrovelli will come in for Yusuf, and then Drewsbury Hall will come in for Mateus Nunes. Nakamura's on the bench. Evan Ferguson's on the bench. I'm just going to do this real quick. Have that be personalized for him. Happy with that. Let's get into this first match, folks. This is going to be a big one. Aston Villa at home, I believe. Yeah, at the Molineux. Kicking off the Premier League season. Winner home games, no excuses, boys. We got to get out there and win. Scoring matters to us. There's a real buzz. It's not ideal, but we're adapting. We have some pretty deep choices at wingers nowadays. Oh my god, look at the size of me compared to fucking Michel. Oh my god, I'm a large man. What can I say? Yeah, my manager is my height in real life, because I think that's only fair. Right, first 15 minutes here, nothing really going on. But I'm fine with that at the moment. Well, I'll keep things moving. Matty Cash has picked up a yellow card. Oh, we got a highlight here. Ait Nuori into Yusuf Yazici. Yusuf into Hjulmand. Hjulmand back to Kilman. Kilman has all the space on the right-hand side here. Yeah, he uses it. Goes to Smedo. Smedo cuts into Mateus Nunes back from his injury. Mateus goes to Fabio Silva, who shoots. And it dinks in. Is it going to count? Fabio Silva has scored in the opening match of the season. It looks like young Fabio Silva has finally caught his pace. At loan to the second division of Spain. Gijon seems to have set him right. Well, that was quite lucky from him. Bounces off of the inner leg of Emi Martinez. It still goes into the net. That's a lucky goal from Fabio Silva. But hey, lucky ones count. Bounces off the bottom foot of Mings, it looks like. It looks like Redmond's very happy with his decision here to start Fabio Silva. Alex Moreo taking a throw into Douglas Luiz. Back to Alex Moreno. Back to Emi Martinez. Douglas to Diego Carlos. Out to Matty Cash. Up to Tielemans. Tielemans cuts to Ollie Watkins. Watkins gets the ball saved by Trubin. That's a fantastic save there from Antonelli Trubin. Corner here from Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz whips it in. Kilman keeps the header in. Yusuf Yazici picks up the loose ball, but Douglas Luiz tackles him and it goes out for a throw-in for Wolverhampton. Tielemans is over a dead ball here. Trubin saves. Another corner here from Aston Villa. Dangerous on these corners, they are. Big team. Fabio Silva heads away this time. Eric Bailly's picked it up. Ait Nuori takes a throw in here from the right to Mateus Cunha. Cunha now playing out on the wing. It seems to be a more permanent resolution for him. Tries to find Fabio Silva. Can't. Douglas Carlos steps in. Back to Tyrone Mings now hovering over the ball. To Douglas Luiz to John McGinn. John McGinn back to Mings. Mings up to McGinn. McGinn, bad touch, loses it to Mateus Nunes, who puts it in back to Clement Lingley. Excellent loan option from them last year. Up to Rooney, 18-year-old Swede signed from the Danish league. Tries to go into Yusuf. Yusuf with the first touch pass. Emi Martinez with a fantastic save there, but a free kick. Silva can't stay onside. And now we're at halftime. Wolverhampton Wanderers doing a great time this so far. The only two people here who aren't playing well, who are playing below average, well, kind of three, are Ait Nuori, Smedo, and Rooney. And Rooney I saw make an excellent little pass there, so I think it's just a case if he hasn't been on the ball too much. But Silva's doing well, Mateus Nunes is doing well, Clement's playing well, and Antonelli Trubin has made a couple of good saves to start the season so far. It looks like we're starting off with Diego Carlos taking over a dead ball here to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans back to Carlos. Carlos back to Emi Martinez. Martinez to Carlos. Carlos to Matty Cash. Matty Cash is hovered around here. McGinn onto Watkins. Langley wins the header. Richarlison over to Eric Bailly. Eric's being closed down by Aitan Nawari, who takes the corner kick to his... the cross to his thigh, but he immediately picks it up and puts it up to Fabio Silva, who holds it up and puts it back to Aitan Nawari. Aitan Nawari into Hjulmand on the yellow. To Mateus Nunez. To Fabio Silva, who's back in behind Douglas Carlos with the absolutely on-time slide tackle, but can't keep it out. Cunha on the left-hand side from the exceptional pass there from Yusuf Yazici, can't bury it. We're coming to 60 minutes now, and it looks like Redmond's looking to make a change, and that is exactly what I'm going to do here. We're going to be taking off... I can't take off Fabio, honestly. He's played really well. We're going to bring on Kaito here for Mateus Cunha. Yusuf is looking tired, but is playing well. Morton is aggressive, but that's expected. That's just his natural state of being. Ryan Atnuori has not played very well. We're bringing in Archie Brown on the left. We see Kieran Drewsbury Hall on the sidelines warming up, and Morten Hjulmand looking to be coming off. Redmond making the tactical decision there to take off a yellow holding defensive midfielder there. Drewsbury Hall making his debut for Wolverhampton Wanderers here. Big sale. Nelson Semedo wins the header down to Rooney. Into Drewsbury Hall. First touch on the ball here. Into Fabio Silva. Out to Nakamura. Nakamura can't bury it. It's a goal kick to Aston Villa. That's a great pass there from Fabio Silva. Yusuf Yazici over a corner here. They've got some big boys here at Wolverhampton. Brown at the back post. Archie Brown scores the header from the back post. Goal on his debut from Yusuf Yazici. Fantastic header there. Martinez just can't get his fingers to it. Archie Brown there. Big man there playing at left back. Over 6 foot tall. Ollie Watkins. Leah, that's might be onside, I think. It's unfortunately a bad scramble there at the Wolves' defensive line. You can see now Redmond's looking to take off Max Kilman and bring on the youngster from Kazakhstan, Kusanov, who's warming up on the bench. Archie Brown is nervous on his debut, even though he scored a goal. We're also going to bring off Yusuf Yazici for Castrovelli. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring off Yusuf for Scott McTominay and play Scott McTominay as a box-to-box mid. 2 box-to-box mids. Both of them are very good defensively. Drewsbury Hall. What I might do actually is this. Bring Scott McTominay in as the defensive mid and bring Drewsbury Hall into the centre. Will mean that Evan Ferguson won't make his debut, but we don't need him to make his debut right now. We're currently 2-1 up. He will probably make his debut on the next match, and the goal's been awarded to Aston Villa. Now, let's take a look at this here. Yeah, Bailey just gets in front of, who's that there? Is that Semedo? Yeah, gets in front of Semedo, wins the header. Nelson Semedo is not the greatest player in the air. Matty Cash with the long throw here. Trubin claims. Calms everything down here. Antonio Trubin holds onto the ball. Up to Fabio Silva, who runs to it, wins the header straight down to Rooney. Excellent little bit of play there from Fabio Silva. Rooney's running down, goes to Fabio Silva at the back post. Fabio Silva gets knocked down by Douglas Carlos. Who is taking this penalty? Fabio Silva will be taking this penalty. And I'm happy with that. Let the man take his penalty. Penalty awarded. Aston Villa can't keep their hands off of the opposition Wolves players. Fabio Silva has won himself a penalty here. Let's see if he manages to bury this against Emi Martinez. Buries it in the bottom right-hand corner of the net. Perfectly placed penalty there from Fabio Silva with a brace in the first game of the season. Wolves struggled last year for scoring. Looks like they might have solved that issue with Fabio Silva here. And we haven't even seen Evan Ferguson come out to play yet. Wolves are currently sitting 4th in the Premier League with a positive goal difference of 2 above Brentford, Everton and Man City. We've got a couple minutes left to go here. We've got a highlight here with Nelson Semedo taking a corner, taking a throw in to Mateus Nunes. Mateus to McTominay, McTominay to Drewsbury Hall. Drewsbury Hall out to Archie Brown, who flicks it into Fabio Silva, who scores a hat-trick on the first game of the season, it looks to be. VAR are checking it, however. Are we getting ourselves a Fabio Silva hat-trick game 1? We are. Fabio Silva with the hat-trick game 1 back into the league. What a fantastic opening game for the young Portuguese player. Puts it into the top of the net. Martinez just can't keep it out. What a great opening game for Fabio Silva. We got 7 minutes of added time here. We're 2 minutes into it already. John McGinn cuts in, shoots, can't get it into Trubin. Trubin makes an exceptional dive there to try to get to it. Doesn't have to though, thankfully. It goes wide. Mateus Nunes taking a corner here. Out back to Scott McTominay, who can't win the header against Tyrone Mings. Cuts back across. Fabio Silva offside there. Could have been 4 if he had managed to keep himself in there. Wolverhampton Wanderers are currently sitting on top of the Premier League table after one match, with a Fabio Silva hat-trick carrying them there. With Archie Brown adding an extra goal on his debut and an assist. Mateus Nunes with a couple of assists. Yusuf Yazici with an assist. Nelson Semedo, Clement Langley and Kusov making his debut alongside Drewsbury Hall. Drewsbury Hall debut left something to be... left a little to be desired, but everything went well. Michel angry at rival defeat. Brown scores on Wolves' debut. We've also had Clement Langley make his actual debut, even though he's been on loan here for a season. He's already made 23 appearances for us. It wasn't his debut. Scott McTominay made his appearance for us. Good match. Solid game. Rooney Burnley made his appearance for us. Good match from him. Solid game. Can't really argue with it. Did really well. Didn't notice anything about him that made me go, okay, this was bad. Abdikour did really well as well. Had a great match. Looks like he might be struggling a little bit to adapt to England, but he's getting there. Kaito Nakamura almost had a goal in his debut. Did really well there. And Kieran Dewsbury Hall could have had a little bit of a better experience, but he is coming back from an injury, so Silva scoring a hat-trick on his first game of the year. Good job for him. Nottingham Forest Potter is keeping an eye on Fabio Silva. You're not getting him for any cheaper now that he's opened with a hat-trick. Very pleased. Supportive of VAR. Technology is the future. I don't have any worries about Fabio Silva staying. Never stop looking for ways. No. We're not selling him, it's that simple. Excellent first match from us there. Fabio Silva, however, you're tired, so we're starting Evan Ferguson next match. Kaito, you're starting for Rooney. Yusuf Yazici, you're coming off for Krastavelli. Mateus Nunes, you're coming off for Dewsbury Hall. Ryan, you can start. Smedo, you can come off for Kai. And Nathan Collins is not going to be back for our next match. He's still out for a few more days. Anyone else here? Sasha. Who do I put? Do I take him on the bench? I am going to start Cusco. And I might start Gabriel Moscardo as well at ball-winning midfielder. What I might do is this, actually. Start you with the defensive mid and start you with centre-back for a game. Given it's against Nottingham Forest, who weren't bad last year, we'll see. But I, for one, have no considerations that we will lose this match. Personally, I think we should win this one handedly. Nice have made an offer for Teo. Yeah, you can have him. You're willing to pay the 2 million. Happy with that. We had 4 players named to the Player of the Week, Team of the Week. We had Brown, Langley, Yusuf Yazici, and Fabio Silva, which makes perfect sense given Silva scored a hat-trick. Erling, how many goals did you score? He scored 1 goal. Is Fabio Silva currently the leading Golden Boot player? Yes, with 3 goals. Christian Pulisic had 2. Pascal Gross had 2. Assists. We have a bunch of players who probably have 1 assist as well. Yellow cards. Hillman and Kilman both have 1. Clean sheets. We don't have a clean sheet because unfortunately we lost that header. But hey, we're doing well here so far. I'll keep this going. Thiago Morales, good Portuguese player. Marsadiki, Ben Nelson, Nuno Santos. Bit old. Callum Hudson-Odoi is still at Chelsea in this save. Alright, is there anyone else here we want to change or rotate in? I don't think so. Is Pedro Neto back from his injury? No, he's still got 8 days and 3 weeks. Johnny's not even on the bench anymore. Nottingham Forest are down in 17th right now. It's likely that their first season of Premier League success might be their only season of Premier League success. We'll see if they manage to stay up this year. Nottingham Forest's opposition report. Right, we're probably going to want to go to a slightly more offensive tactic probably halfway through this game. So what I might end up doing is bringing out the 4-1-3-2 if we need to, so I can put Silva next to Evan. We'll scout the Serie A. We want them under the age of 22. Bundesliga. You want the same. Happy enough for me. Evan's training really well. Anto's training really well. He's getting better physically too. He's already fast, so that's not something he really needs to worry about. As long as since he's fast, it definitely helps him. He's got a good base, Holy Trinity. He's not got bad passing. His technique could use some improvement. His off the ball is improving. His bravery is good, but his actual mentals aren't very good. His composure could for sure use an improvement. Oh, sorry, that's this one. There. They want us to draw here. I think we can win this match. Dewsbury Hall is fit for 75 minutes of match time. Sorry, I just watched my dog stand up, twirl around, get comfortable, and I put his head down on my pillow. Okay. Dewsbury Hall, you're going to be playing 75 minutes, so we'll probably bring in Scott McTominay for you at halftime. Castrovelli's in at the advanced playmaker position. Sorry. Rooney Burgundy is on the bench. Fabio Silva is also on the bench. Antoinette... Archie Brown is also on the bench. Nelson Smedo, Max Kilman. Yeah, I think overall we're pretty good on this match. I think we're better. I think our first team is better than their first team, and I also think our second squad is probably about as good as our first team. Serge Aurier, Joe Worrell. Morgan Gibbs-White is probably their best player, and Taiwa Wani is probably grown a bit better. They have Harry Toffolo, Ethan Horvath, Scott McKenna is a good player, but he's not starting, so I expect to win today, boys. Go out there and give it to me. I don't imagine we'll be changing much here, or adding in many things. Number 8 is... What number does Ferguson wear again here? Oh, he wears number 10 here. That's right, yeah. Nothing in the first 15 minutes. Oh, highlight. Yates out to Johnson B, intercepted by Mateus Cunha with a fantastic sliding tackle. Out Nuori attacks to Castrovelli. Castrovelli to Ferguson. Ferguson whips it, hits the woodwork and goes over. I thought that was a save. Kai-Jan Hover has the ball here, cutting up out to Nakamura. Nakamura whips it low. Joe Worrell hits somebody. Called as a penalty. This is the second penalty we've had in 2 matches. Who's taking this? Evan Ferguson's taking it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Evan, you take this penalty on your debut. Because I think this is a penalty. I don't think they can not give this. Penalty awarded, indeed. Evan Ferguson steps up here. Buries it, bottom left-hand corner, much like Fabio Silva in the last match. Evan Ferguson has scored on his debut for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wheels over to the fans. Most expensive purchase in Wolverhampton Wanderers history. Most expensive Irish player in any history. At 80 million up front. Evan Ferguson looks to be worth every penny as he buries that. Castrovelli taking a corner here, looking for Evan Ferguson, probably at the back post. Can't quite get there, but Nakamura picks it up on the half line. Nakamura into Ferguson. Ferguson heads it in narrow. I think that's going to count. I don't think he was offside. I think the player behind him kept him in. Indeed, Nakamura picks up an assist in his second game with Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Evan Ferguson's on a brace. Nice little flick from Evan Ferguson right over Nyland. Wow, Evan Ferguson and Fabio Silva might be a glut of goals for Wolverhampton Wanderers this year. That's crazy. That's some good goal. There's no soliciting allowed in my chat, Clara. Read the chat. Read the chat rules before you post things. When he goes back to Yates, Gabriel Mascaro wins the header. Tries to cut in. Truman makes a save there. Gibbs White with the corner here. Goes in. Evan Ferguson wins the header. Iwani puts it right back in, but Truman picks it up. please. We've created loads. Keep it up, boys. I want to see Evan Ferguson score a hat-trick in his debut for Wolves. You got an ad break in a minute here, but don't worry, we'll get through this. I also do need to go do something real quick, so that's perfect for me. Frolier to Worrell to Neeland to Serge Aurier to Ben Johnson. Serge Aurier out to Joe Worrell. Out to Dennis on the right. Into Gibbs White. Gibbs White is cutting in. Shoots. Trubin keeps it out. Trubin's played excellently at the back here, but unfortunately Raymond Frolier has banged one into the bottom right hand corner. Can't really blame him on that one. Nottingham Forest are back within reaching distance of this team here now. There's an encourage from Redmond on the bench there, and Mateus Cunha's coming off, it looks like, for Rooney Burgundy. It looks like Kaito Nomura has switched places there. Are we on ad break right now? Yes, we're on ad break, so I'm not going to continue here. I will be right back. I need to go do something. Sorry for leaving all of you guys who were not stuck behind those ads in the dark there, or in the quiet, I guess. But I just had to go start the dishwasher, as you do. So, also I've realized my camera's in the wrong position. There we go. Yes, I'm going to make some subs here. We're taking off Mateus Cunha, bringing on Rooney Burgundy at the right-hand side. We're also probably going to take off Abdukar because he has not played well. We're bringing in Scott McTominay there, probably just for the game to give him more match fitness. Fabio Silva could probably come on, but I think we're okay with that. Reinat Nwari has not played terribly. We'll take off Gabriel Moscardo for Kilman. Archie Brown needs fitness, but I'll bring him on probably at the 70th minute mark. Yates loses the ball to Cunha, but only loses it straight back to Johnson. Johnson cuts up the middle here, shoots over the top of the net. Oh, did I turn the music back down? Nakamura here taking on the defense, but can't get past Serge Aurier. A good attempt by him, though. Nealand up to Serge Aurier. Serge Aurier up to Johnson. Johnson cuts inside, goes wide all the way across to Dennis with a big switch there. Being chased down by Rooney. Cuts it inside, can't get it to anyone. Nakamura picks it up. Gives White over a corner here. Tries to go back. Krastavelli wins the header. Iwani up to Gibbs White. Gibbs White cuts it in. Someone's offside. No, Trubin saves that. Brilliant save by Antonelli Trubin. Reinat Nwari looks to be coming off here for Archie Brown. And it looks like Clement Langley has not played very well, but nobody... He has nobody... looks like Wolves' manager is regretting not having somebody else on the bench who can play centre-back. But... Clement has not let in any goals, it looks like, yet today. Cian Drewsbury Hall and Gatto Castrovelli, however, have played very middling matches. It looks like Morton is coming on for Castrovelli, who's going to be played as a box-to-box mid. It looks like Wolves are going to be switching to a slightly more defensive role here. But with Archie Brown in on the left and Kilman coming in, switching out two of their back defenders, and Hjulmand coming in next to Tomine. Evan Ferguson, however, has had a great debut. 2 goals, buried a penalty. This puts Wolverhampton Wanderers early on in the table here at top of the league. We got 5 minutes of added time here. Looks like Nottingham Forest have not managed to do much else since the chances they've had. And that will cause an end to the match here. Looks like Wolves have won 2-1. The Wolverhampton Wanderers did not do much past the second half, but looks like Antonelli Trubin and his defence managed to keep them out for long enough. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Evan Ferguson scoring a brace on his debut. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up this empty mug, put it into the dishwasher that I just started, and I will be right back. Alright, that's that brought up. So, Evan Ferguson makes a 2-goal debut over Nottingham Forest. He and Fabio Silva now have scored in both of their starting matches. Superb in front of goal last match. Evan, keep it up. Evan Ferguson seems to have been a good purchase. Shrewsbury Hall is still not fully fit. Mateus Cunha. Who do we? Oh, Kaito would usually come off for Rooney there. Evan, Fabio Silva swap. Swap for Hjulman there. Kai Jan Hoover swap for Smedo. Muscardo swap for Kilman. When is Collins back? 8 days to 2 weeks. Cringe. What's your playing time? Fringe player? Dewsbury Hall's on the bench here. Do I bring in Scott McTominay to start a match? I think I bring him in over Morton for a match just to give him a game. I will also start Brown here. And it looks like I kind of have to take Clement off for a match. Teo Corbo has gone to Atalanta. Good 2 million into our pocket. That helps with the budget balance for the rest of the season. We've got 500k from Diogo Jota deal. He just scored his 40th league goal. It's now cost us 42. It's now cost them 42 million for us. So we've kind of made a decent bit of profit on him. But hey, Famalicão Moreira. Moreira, he's played okay. That's that game. 6.9 rating. 33 passes completed. Expected goals of a 0.2. Not bad. So here's what I'm thinking. And tell me if I'm cooking a bit too mad here, right? What I was thinking is we switch to a 4-2-4. And now we take off Yusuf Yazici here. We put Morten Hjalmund in here, and we have him play as a ball winning on defend. And then McTominay, you can come off for Dewsbury Hall, and you would be a deep lying playmaker basically on support. This would be our like switch to super offensive option. Because while this would kind of work, it doesn't have wingers, and we have a lot of wingers. So what I probably will do is I'll put you back there, put you there, you go into the middle. There we go. Ferguson, you come off for Scott McTominay. Hjulman, advanced playmaker. We don't need a double pivot here, so you would be a box to box with Mateus Nunez. Evan would go there. Perfect. I think this would be I think that having a second tactic that's purely offensive wouldn't be bad. So what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to do the same here. I'm going to set this up as the 4-2-4, the attacking 4-2-4 basically. We take off you for Kaito Nakamura or for Mateus Cunha more than likely. Mateus Cunha would probably play out wide there, and we'd have Evan Ferguson next to Fabio. These two would do great together, I think, because Silva's a little bit faster. Not much faster than Evan Ferguson. Actually, Ferguson's faster, technically. Ferguson's faster, but he's also stronger and bigger and has better jumping reach and is probably the better all-around player, while Silva's probably the better goal scorer. Armand Hick, thanks for the follow, buddy. It's appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to me debating with myself over what I should play, what formation I should play now that we have two strikers who apparently can score goals, which we didn't have last year. At the moment, however, we're going to stick with this, largely because I think it is more amenable. Also, Pedro Neto's still injured, and so is Nathan Collins. Once Nathan Collins comes back, he'll be starting here, probably next to Max Kilman. I think that's one of the major reasons why our defense has not been very good. We've not kept a clean sheet so far, and that's because Nathan Collins is out, I think. Oh yes, that reminds me. Because of Collins scoring on his debut, I've been saving this for a while, but we'll have it. We'll have it today. I have a not too expensive cigar here with me that I planned on smoking if Evan Ferguson scored on his debut, and since he scored two, I think I have to. So what I'll do here is I'll just mute my microphone while I Shit. My mic is muted. Not on purpose. I hadn't realized that my mic had been muted for I don't know how long. I had been making commentary there, and I had been absolutely losing my mind over the fact that Evan Ferguson has scored 4 goals in 2 matches with an assist. Oh my god, I can't believe I've just done that. Streamer things, folks. Streamer things. You forget sometimes your mic's muted. Also, I don't know when I muted my mic, so I'll probably be watching this VOD back later to pick up clips, because I've realized that I should be making clips for this. But I haven't been, and I'm like, oh, I should have made like clips of this, but because like I've been commentating on it, and now I won't be able to do that because my mic was muted. But thanks for letting me know, Marks. That's appreciated. I didn't even so much as look at my OBS to check if my mic was muted. Okay, we need to make some subs here. Also, welcome to the stream. Thanks for showing up, bud. It's appreciated. Who do I bring off here? You know what, Evan, you're a bit tired. I'm going to bring on Fabio for the last half. Even though you've got 2 goals, I can't let you stay out there and be tired. We're going to bring on Kaito Nakamura for Rooney. We're going to bring on Drewsbury Hall for Mateus Nunez. Give Mateus a break. Evan's going to be unimpressed with that, probably, but he needs to come off. He's tired, and Fabio has not played since the first game. I have to give Fabio a shot. He scored a hat-trick in his first game. In the opening game of the season, Fabio Silva scored a hat-trick. Since his loan to Gijon in the 2nd tier of Spain, he has just been outstanding for us. He didn't score too many goals. He scored 9 goals in... sorry, that's on the loan. Last season, he scored 8 goals in 14 games for us. You extrapolate that over a full season, he would have scored like 18 goals, maybe 17 goals. He played really well, and he had 3 assists as well. So like, I'm a glutton. I've realized all of a sudden after bringing in Evan Ferguson that I have 2 really good strikers all of a sudden in Fabio Silva and Evan Ferguson, and I'm a glutton for punishment here. So I'm probably thinking about switching to a 4-2-4 and playing 2 wingers with our 2 strikers. Mateus Nunes uses it to Gilmore, back to Sanchez. Solly March here, hovering over the ball, cuts inside, goes over the top to Matoma. Matoma in behind. Matoma cuts inside, shoots, scores. Karu Matoma with a fantastic goal there. 17 goals is not bad. Given that in real life, I think we sold him to like a 2nd tier Italian club for basically nothing. I somehow managed to get Fabio Silva to turn around and actually become a good player in this save. Matoma's unreal. Matoma's a great player. Matoma very well might be one of the players that will help Brighton stay up in the Premier League this year for them. And I have no subs to make. I would consider taking off Mateus Cunha because he's tired as well, but I'll just let him finish out the match. McTominay can't get it to Otto. Matoma steps up. Johnny tries to get back, but Scott McTominay gets back. Nakamura goes 2-footed through James Milner. Nakamura gets absolutely destroys poor James Milner, old man James Milner here. James Milner, the fittest player ever, gets destroyed. He just got wrecked. That poor guy got absolutely destroyed. So we're going to switch this now to a much more defensive game here. I'm going to switch these guys around and have you play as a ball winner on support, and have you play as a deep lying playmaker on defend. Yusuf, you can switch to a central midfielder on support. Hopefully that doesn't cost us the game. It will cost us Karu Matoma probably for at least 3 matches. We have a corner kick here from Cunha. This might go to Max Kilman at the back. No, Drewsbury Hall. Not the biggest guy. To Brown, to Cunha. Sanchez saves it. Cunha whips it. Sanchez claims. We are currently sitting tied. Tied for second in the Premier League, in second on goal difference, behind Man City. Trubin saves. Oh, what a tight goal there from Antonelli Trubin. Trubin has been excellent to start the season as well. And that was a good match from us. Really glad to see Evan Ferguson bury some more goals. Real pity to have Karu Nakamura out for the rest of the season here. Well, not for the rest of the season, but for at least a little while. Where is Matoma here? He'll be over here somewhere. Kaito. Disappointed for you for getting sent off. Confident the game was won. Don't take anything away from Evan. So that puts us tied for first on points and second on goal difference above Newcastle, who is not playing well. Nottingham are down in 20th. Looks like that first season of theirs might actually have been a fluke. Norwich are down there. They're just been promoted. Same with Leeds. We have 4 teams now that haven't gotten a point. Fulham have gotten a point. Ipswich have won a game. Same with Bournemouth. Who did Ipswich beat? Did Ipswich play today? Yeah, they played Everton. They beat Everton today. That puts Everton in 7th in the league. City hammered Forest 8-0. Poor Forest fans. Tottenham beat Leeds. Bournemouth beat Norwich. That's a big battle at the bottom of the league there for them. Did you sell Ike Noori? No, Ike Noori is still here. He's just injured. Which seems to be a bit of a common thing for that. Cunha did really well in that match. Evan Ferguson. Hang on, let me show you this pass. Hang on. Mark, I want to show you this pass that, because I don't think you were here when this pass happened. Let me show you this pass that Evan Ferguson made in this match. It was Mateus Cunha's goal, so it was this one from Evan Ferguson. Let me show it to you. Because it is an absolutely banging pass from Evan Ferguson, who holds the ball here from Langley. So Langley up to Ferguson. Kick, turn, whip. Straight to Mateus Cunha's boot. Cunha buries it. That's a fantastic bit of pass work there from Evan Ferguson, who you wouldn't assume would be the best passer. But no, as you can see here, Nathan Collins is still with us. He's injured. The finish is unreal. The finish is fantastic. And Pedro Neto is still injured as well for 7 days. So you might have Pedro Neto back in 7 days. Which is good, because right now we don't have backup wingers, because one of our wingers is suspended for at least the match. Pedro's hurt. Archie Brown, you're coming off right. Nawari, Kai-Jan Hover, you're coming off for Johnny. I would love to sell Johnny, but Johnny is I don't think we get anything for him. Oh, you brought Ronnie in? Ronnie? Who's Ronnie? Oh, Ronnie, this guy, Rooney. There's 2 O's in his name. Yeah, I brought him in for pretty cheap, actually. I brought him in for 17 million. And he's not played well, but, you know, having him on that side of the pitch gives us a lot of speed. And he's relatively creative as well. A good passer, good long shots, good Holy Trinity. Good at corners as well, so if we need to sub off a lot of our midfielders, he can still take corners. He's a great player going forward. Yeah, I think he's also valued quite highly. So even if he doesn't quite meet his potential in the first year and a half, maybe 2 years, we can sell him for decent money. I think he does have a release clause in his contract. Yeah, £78 million release clause in his contract to teams in the Champions League. Scott McTominay we signed for $4 million. We got him from Man United because they didn't want him anymore. He hasn't played exceptionally well, but he's there. They grow really quick. Yeah, I hope so. Oh, this has gone out again. I'll leave it there for a few seconds. Scott McTominay has done well for us, though, but Morten Hjelmund is actually our starting centre defensive midfielder, who's a very, very good defensive midfielder. Shrewsbury Hall we got for cheap from Leicester because they didn't get promoted. So we got him for 28 million. Which is cheap for a for an English registered central midfielder who's pretty good, all in all. We have 10 players, I think, in our squad who's homegrown in nation. Kept Kilman. Yeah, we kept Kilman. I largely kept Kilman because he's another English player. He's also like one of the 3 or 4 centre backs who I trust to play at centre back. Because we brought in Clement Langley, but we brought him in last year on loan, and then we spent we spent 8.5 million on him for a full-on transfer. And while I don't think he's an incredible player, I think he's good enough to be a rotationary centre back for us. We brought in Gabriel Moscardo, who's probably going to be a centre back for us, who is struggling right now with adaptability. We've also brought in Kushov, who's a good centre back who's struggling with adaptability. He's a bit short, so I'll probably end up playing him with centre defensive mid. But right now, he's not bad. Sasha is a player who's kind of lost out. I liked Sasha Klasnitz last year. He scored 7 goals for us, I think, last year. Yeah. In 21 appearances, he scored 7 goals. Which isn't bad, giving all things. But now that we have Evan Ferguson and Fabio Silva seems to be back on track, we don't really need him. Kilman's also like a feel-good story because he started off in like... We brought him up from like, where was it? From Maidenhead down in the Vanarama National for 50k, and he's like played a good amount of Premier League games now. I mean, if you could get a player in the Premier League who's playing that. Consistent centre backs and CDMs are hard to find in this. Nathan Collins was by far our best centre back last year. It wasn't close. He's also our captain, and his potential is kind of fluctuating. It's going from between 3.5 to 4-star. I think he does have the potential to be a leading centre Premier League defender. He's just not gotten a consistent string of form because he has been injured basically every single week. Every single month he's come up with like a small injury. Phil Foden is a player of the week. Send him on a leadership course while he's injured. That's not a bad idea. He's only going to be injured though for another 6 days, so there's no point really now. I might send him on, if he picks up another injury, which I hope he doesn't, he will be sent on a leadership course. Maybe I'll send him one in the summer. Aston Villa have drawn a match against Brentford, so that gives them a point. So now the only pointless teams are Leeds, Norwich, and Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Everybody else has at least a point. We have options, though. We have options for sure. Transfer deadline days in a week. We have 2 million. Yeah, we have about 3 million in the budget. About 4 million in the budget, but I'm not going to be spending it. I am, however, going to move some more of that into the scouting budget just because I think we should be scouting as heavily as we can. Let's attend this meeting. Let's see who we have here. Johnny. Enough time remaining on contract. I don't think we'll be bringing Johnny back. He's only an impact sub now. He's slow. He's small. Like I can deal with you being slow if you're a big player. Like if you're 6'6" and your speed is like this, I'm like, okay, you're a center back on your what's it called? You're a defender center. What's it called? A cover. Because you can you're dropping low. You're not having to worry about getting at players. But since he's that slow and he's a wing back and he's small, he probably won't be coming back. Under 21s, we have a bunch of players here who we're setting for release, it looks like. Yeah, a bunch of players here who we're getting rid of. Under 16s, bunch of youth players here. You two need to be released. Set for release. I don't even know why we have Tom King, honestly. I don't know why he's here. Apparently we signed him for free last year, but I don't know why he's here. Probably to help with English squad registration. We don't need him here. You want me to reduce his asking price? Let me offer Boubacar Traore out, because if we can sell him, we could probably bring in somebody. Nobody there really. End this meeting. We don't have enough money to go out and bring in a player who's like incredible, but we have enough money right now to bring in a player who can maybe be a cover option. We've also signed Fabio Silva to a new 5-year deal. He, I think, has earned that deal. Lucas Brankstrom, you can come off my list because I only had you on the homegrown players list because you're a homegrown player who is cheap. We don't really need you anymore. Matthias Cunha and Evan Ferguson have made Team of the Week. We got an injury report for Semedo. Semedo's injured for 2 weeks. Nathan Collins and Pedro Neto are back soon. Silva's been granted a work permit. He's been granted a new contract. He's happy with his new contract. Mateus Nunes wants to go, but he'll only leave. I'm only willing to sell him for 95 million, which is fine. If we got 95 million for Mateus Nunes, I'd be very happy. Shaquille Van Persie. Van Persie. Shaquille Van Persie. No, he's still at Feyenoord. I assume this is Robin Van Persie's kid, is it? He's not there. Van Persie. He's an unemployed coach. Good old Robin Van Persie. He was at Feyenoord for a while there. He was a coach at Feyenoord for a year, but they let him go. I can see why. He's not really got much going on. He's a good attacking player, good attacking coach, but doesn't have any particular specialty. He's not a tactical or a technical attacking coach. Does have a high level of discipline though. And he's studying for a Continental Pro license. He is. Oh, that's cool. Kind of crazy how Robin leaves and then his son immediately comes in. Also, funny story, we were looking at a Feyenoord striker. We were looking at Santiago Ibanez, but he would not come to us because we were not in the Champions League. That's why we went for Evan Ferguson instead. Oscar Hjolmund is decent. Sometimes we're looking for center mid, center attacking mid depth. I think we're okay on center mid, center attacking mid depths at the minute. Largely because we have Yusuf Yazici, Castrovelli, and Kieran Dewsbury Hall who can play in the attacking side on my left, and we've Nunez, Matamane, Hjulmand, and Dewsbury Hall who will play on the left in a more box-to-box role, and then we have Hjulmand, McTominay, Moscardo, Kusov, and for some reason Kaito can play as a defensive midfielder. He's Rasmus Højlund's brother. Interesting. It showed J.I. Not appearing yet. U.N.D. Rasmus is at Tottenham. Oscar is at Copenhagen. He's 19. He's not super expensive. They're twins at Copenhagen. Interesting. Højlund. Oh, can't spell it, apparently. There's Rasmus. Rasmus is at Tottenham. Looks like he's playing as Tottenham's starting striker right now. He's scored 3 goals and 3 apps. Looks like they only brought him in recently. Yeah, they brought him in for 54 million from Atalanta. Storm Graz paid 2.1 million for him. Atalanta played 14.5 million for him. Played for a year there, scored 15 goals and 32 appearances. Is now playing for Tottenham. Scored 3 goals and 3 appearances. Wait, why didn't he go to United? Because at the start of this save, you can at the start of any save in FM24, you can decide if you want the real transfers to go through, if you want to start with the real transfers already happening but earlier on in the season, or you can start with none of the real life transfers gone through. I started with that option. This is a My World save. So for example, Harry Kane did not go to Borussia Dortmund. He went to Saudi Arabia. Messi went to Saudi Arabia. A few other players have gone other places. Like, a lot of the talent has changed positions. We've got Nottingham Forest in a match here. I wonder what's this again? I'll take off this match practice and take out this quickness as well. That makes things interesting. Yeah, it does, because like we all know that Harry Kane goes to Bayern if you start up the save, and like that's it really. But Tottenham kept him and then sold him for like 100 and some odd million, I think. Hang on, let me find Tottenham here. Tottenham transfer history. Oh, we've an ad break coming on here, so I'm going to sit here and talk to people if they're still here. But if I go back a season, Harry Kane went out for 121 million to Al Ittihad. Richarlison went to Aston Villa. Giovanni Lo Celso went to Crystal Palace. Jude Bell went to Derby for a loan. And they brought in Benjamin Pavard, Noah Okafor, James Ward-Prowse, Harry Barnes, Omar Soleil, Alan Vieira, Malcolm, Valentino Baccardo, and Ashley Phillips from Blackburn. Oh, this is the young guy. Yeah, this is the young centre back. Yeah, that makes sense. Though, funnily enough, Declan Rice actually went to Arsenal in this save. He just went a few days ago, I think, in game. Wolves have received 2.9 million after qualifying for the Europa League phase, and now we've got the fixtures. Let's see what the fixtures are like. I'll wait until everyone comes back for that. And we got an ad break here for 3 minutes, so make sure you grab your water. If you're still here, say hi in the chat. If you're not, hopefully you'll be here when the ad break ends. Oh yeah, YouTube. Like, subscribe. Thank you. Okay, ad break's ending. Hi guys, welcome back. So we just got a Europa League schedule put in here, but I just wanted to check out who was actually in the Europa League because I wasn't aware. But as you can see, we have Chelsea here, we have Bayern, we have Juventus, Atalanta, Rangers. I think this is a Portuguese team. PSV, Stade Rennais, AZ Alkmaar, RSA, Real San Sebastian. We have Olympiacos, we have Marseille, Union. Who else do we have here? Lecce, Levante, Nice, Stuttgart, Anderlecht, St. Gallen, Ludogorets and Young Boys, Fenerbahce, Malmo, Hibernian. So we have 2 Scottish teams here. We have Rangers and we have Hibernian. We have Besiktas, Sporting, and Dynamo. We will be checking out our own schedule here now. So we have Rennes. It's a big match. We have Anderlecht. We have Fenerbahce, Dynamo, Besiktas. We have a Ukrainian team. We have Olympic Marseille, and we have Sporting. So I'm going to pick 4 matches there who I think we can win. I think we can beat Anderlecht, Fenerbahce, Dynamo, and Besiktas. And maybe DN1 Pro. I don't know who they are. Honestly, they're a Ukrainian team. I don't recognize them. Olympic Marseille, Sporting, and Rennes will be a decently tough matches, but I think we have. I think we're perfectly capable of making it through the knockouts in the top 8. I don't think we'll win the league because Chelsea are there, as are Juventus, but I think we'll for sure be able to qualify in top 8. We'll do this really quick. Cool. Mateus Cunha, United want him. Ugh. So there's a desire here for this, so I'm going to put that up to there. Oh. Mallorca. Campbell, training week in review. Mateus Nunes, I really need you to improve there on your training. Anthony Truman's done well on his, so that's good. I'll give him a bit of a praise. We got Arsenal here now. They're recently after acquiring Declan Rice. So this will be a big match for Declan Rice, I think. For us, however, I'm pretty sure we can win this. Neto's back. Collins is back. Nakamura's been handed a further 2-match ban. I will try to appeal against that. Mateus Cunha is out of Brazil. He might need to go to a bigger club. Would I be willing to sell Mateus Cunha? Depends on the money. Cunha can go on the bench there. Are these guys aren't fully fit? But I am going to put them on the bench. Let's check our captains here. Scott McTominay, Martin, Mateus Cunha. I'll add Clement. No, not Clement, actually. I think we're fine with that. I think we're okay with that. There's 5 guys there who can potentially captain us. 2 of them are actually pretty good at being a captain. Newcastle want Mickey van de Ven. Mickey van de Ven's a good player. Wouldn't have said no to having him. Definitely would have been a centre back in our system. Right, Pedro and Collins are only cleared for 45 minutes of match time. So if they need to come on, they'll come on at halftime or maybe later, maybe the 68-minute mark. They're suggesting we put on Fabio over Evan Ferguson. We are going to start Evan here. He scored. Well, actually, no. We will start Fabio Silva just to mix things up a bit. I'm gonna take Johnny off for Hover because I think Hover, even though he's not technically rated as highly, he's a bit faster. He's a bit bigger. He's got a bit more physicality about him, which I think will help. Nathan Collins will be on the bench with Pedro Neto. Is there a winger who we can put on the bench? No, there is not. Okay. So we're going to have to get into this one now, boys. This is going to be a big match. Going to be a big match, this one. Submit. We're going to get in here. Dressing room. We're the underdogs here, but go out and give a good performance. I trust you to make me proud. If he's reliable, he can last the full match. Had to take 1 or 2 changes because we need to rotate. Because the Premier League is full of matches, and we now have a Caribou Cup to worry about, and then we have European games to worry about. So Silva's up top. Cunha on the wing. We're currently at the top of the league right now. Corner kick here, back to Langley. Can't get it. Shrewsbury Hall picks up the loose ball, cuts to the byline, goes back across. Ben White gets his head to it but can't keep it out. Mateus Nunes picks it up, goes back across. Rooney's too small for those kind of crosses, but Hover picks up the loose ball into Rooney. Rooney across to Ait Nawari, can't get it in. Corner here, Rooney taking it. Back post to Langley. Tierney cuts in. Hover gets involved there, but only goes out to Ait Nawari. Rooney's having a good match so far. We're 24 minutes in here. Things are going pretty smoothly so far for us. 30 minutes in. We're not really leading on statistics. We're doing okay. Struggling a bit for possession. Half time here. Kilman's not played well. Cunha's not played well. Silva has not. Far from pleased. I want the guys to be fired up here. I am going to take off Kilman for Collins, playing for the full second half. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a knock here. Anyone else who needs to come in here right now? Mateus Cunha is tired, so I will bring on Pedro Neto for the second half as well. Bit of a sweeping change there, but we're going to give it a go. Hopefully these guys don't pick up an injury early on. I don't want to see that. I don't want to end up being like, okay, we just brought them on and all of a sudden they need to come back off again. We're 70 minutes in here. Okay, we need to make some changes. We've not scored anything. Kai Jan, you can come up for Johnny because you're tired. Pedro Neto's not played well. Right, I think I'm going to try something a bit mental here. I'm going to switch to this 4-4-2 and bring on Evan Ferguson here as a complete forward on attack. We're going to bring off Halmund as well for Yusuf Yazici. Play him on support. Let's see what we can do here, guys. We need a goal. We need something here. We're 85 minutes in here. We've not had anything here so far. Got a highlight here. Trubin taking a dead ball kick. Trying to go to Mateus Cunha. Can't get there. Tierney picks it up. Out to Trossard. Trossard cuts it back to Shevchenko over to Ben White. Ben White buries it. That's a very, very good goal there from Ben White, though. That, I think, will put Arsenal on top of the league. Going up to attacking here. Langley to Yusuf Yazici, out to Ait Nawari. Ait Nawari loses the ball to Saka, but picks it up again. Langley, Yusuf, Collins looking steady on the ball here. Out to Johnny Otto. Johnny up to Rooney. Rooney on his own into Mateus Nunez. Up, tries to go for there. Can't do it. Cuts back to Ramsdale. Ramsdale goes over the top. Collins wins it against Eddie Nketiah, but can't recover quick enough. Collins is back in position. Declan Rice to Saka. Bukayo Saka scores. I think that counts. Busy for 2 hours. We're top of the Premiership. We're currently 5th because we're losing against Arsenal. But first 2 games we won. Fabio Silva scored a hat-trick in the first game of the match. Evan Ferguson had 4 goals, 5 contributions in 2 games. This is the worst match we've seen so far from the guys. Why is Silva playing as a complete forward? He shouldn't be doing that. He should be playing as an advanced forward when he's up there next to Evan. Full time, we lost 1-0. It was a banger goal from Ben White. Can't really argue that we should have won that match, but hey, we did okay so far. We were underdogs. We kind of expected to lose to Arsenal. We liked what we did out there. Can't win them all. The 90 minutes rarely lies. Tactical perspective. This is the type of thing I learned a lot from. So I switched to the 4-2-4 there. And we started generating some chances that we saw from the XG chart. But I think that there's a lot of options for that 4-2-4. Rooney, you need to come off because you're absolutely wrecked. Nakamura is still suspended for 2 matches, so Pedro Neto is going to need to play on the right-hand side. Clement, you're coming off for Nathan Collins. Kai, you're coming off for Johnny. We're playing against Everton. I'm going to take out Shrewsbury Hall for Yusuf. I'm going to take off Fabio for Evan. You know, I'm going to play Max. I'm going to play Kilman next to. Sorry, I'm going to play Langley next to Collins. So yeah, let me show you here, Red. So Nathan has 4 goals and an assist in 3 matches, 1 off the bench. Fabio scored a hat-trick in his opening match of the season. Has played well throughout the few matches now we've played. So we're doing alright when it comes to actual performances from individual players. That last match, I can't really argue with. We probably shouldn't have won. I think we should have drawn. Any business isn't looking likely, honestly. Unless we made a big sale. Unless someone came in like during the transfer window and was like, oh, we want Mateus Nunez for 95 million. Holland has won Player of the Month because he scored 6 goals and 4. Evan came second because he scored 4 goals and got an assist, and Ebre Eze came in third because of 4 goals and 1 assist. Ferguson has scooped Young Player of the month with his 4 goals and an assist. Ferguson has dedicated it to me. That's very nice of him. Joe Hodge has won Young Player of the Month in League 1. What I'm going to do here, actually, is I'm going to go to Job Center. Oh, we have a coach available. We can get a coach here. We want international clubs. No international available? Okay. We're going to try and get the Ireland job if we can, if that comes up. Players are improving, though. Happy to see him winning accolades. It's good. PSG have made a Kendry Paez offer. Wolves isn't the right move for his development. Looks like he'll be going to PSG. Yeah, looks like Kendry Paez is going to PSG, which is kind of sad. I wouldn't have minded getting him. But that's fine. You can't get them all, unfortunately. Also, I don't necessarily know if Paez would have been a player that we would have been able to grow very well. But he is useful to have to sell on. We have 3 unbeaten teams right now. We have Man City, Newcastle, Brentford, with Liverpool, Arsenal, and Wolves on 3 wins and a loss. And Chelsea is right behind us. Nathan Collins is the only team leader we have. I wouldn't be surprised if Yusuf Yazici jumped into that position. Richarlison has player of the week at Aston Villa. He scored 2 goals. That probably helped him get into the get out of the relegation zone. No, actually, a match practice in there would be good. However, over here we're going to put a general in. We're going to put a physical quickness. And the guys will get that Sunday off. Also, Red, you probably weren't here when we were talking about this, but we did get a Europa League schedule, if you want me to show it to you. Oh, please. Okay. So, the actual... Sorry, let me go to competitions here. The actual league is this. So, at the top here, we have Chelsea, who is probably the best team in here. Maybe next to Juventus. We have Bayer 04, who is Bayer Leverkusen. We have Atalanta, Rangers, a Portuguese team, PSV, Stade Rennais, AZ Alkmaar, Real San Sebastian, Olympiacos, Marseille... Korbarg? Who are these guys? Oh, they're an Azerbaijani team. Interesting. Union San Gilanos. Ourselves. Rekcha, which I think they're a Croatian team. We have Lecce, Levante, Nice, Stuttgart, Anderlecht, DNI Pro 1, don't know who they are. St. Gallen, Tremoso, Ludogorets, Young Boys, FCSB, Fenerbahce, Malmo, Hibernian. There are names you recognize, yeah. We're not playing all of these games. We play 8 games. And our schedule, it'd be easier probably to show it to you here. Where is it? It's from before the Arsenal match. Here we go. So we're playing Stade Rennais, Anderlecht, Fenerbahce, Dynamo, Besiktas, DN1 Pro, Marseille, and Sporting. When it comes to the teams here, I think we can beat Anderlecht, Fenerbahce, Dynamo, Besiktas, DN1 Pro, and probably Stade Rennais. The only matches there that make me a bit nervous are Olympique Marseille and Sporting CP. Sporting have... money. They're a good Portuguese team. Olympique Marseille, I think, still have our old striker in Raul Jimenez. They have Fatini actually right now, and they have Raul on the bench, who's wanted by a bunch of teams in America. We sold Raul to them for 12 million last year, 12.5 million last year. They also have Cengiz Under, who's a very good winger. But I think we can basically win 5 of these matches, maybe 6 of these matches. That would basically guarantee us a spot in the next option. There's nothing truly terrible there. Besiktas are not good. They are a Turkish team. They don't really have a lot of great upper talent. This is a not fully filled out Ukrainian team, so we'll beat them easily, I think. Dynamo Zagreb, they have talent, but not a lot of money. They're a good youth prospecting team. So we probably beat them. Fenerbahce are very similar to Besiktas. I also noticed we're playing 2 Turkish teams. Stade Rennais has a lot of money. They're in League 1. Anderlecht are in the Belgian National League. They have good talent all around. So there are some teams in here who I think we could definitely beat. There are some teams in here who I think we'll have a good match with. But in general, I think we can win this. Do we want to take part in this? No, we don't really have money. So if someone's willing to come in and buy one of our players, offer good money for one of our players, I probably won't sell them. Hull have made an offer for Giles. Here, Hull, if you're willing to give us 2 million for him up front, I'll give him to you. Loan offer for Dion Sanderson. Who's this to? Norwich? Norwich are desperate if they want Dion Sanderson. Nottingham Forest want Johnny. And he may become unsettled if we don't let him speak to him. Here, if you give us 7 million for him, I'll take that money. You would like to go to Norwich? You'll give us 375k on a future fee. I won't give you a future fee, but you can have him for, let's say, 80k playing and 80k unplaying. No, you 100% want to buy him. Wow, you really want to buy him. Look, we're not willing to sell him. You can decide whether or not you want to loan him in or not. Okay. Everyone in chat is probably wondering, why aren't you willing to sell Dion Sanderson? He's not good. He's a Wolverhampton kid. Grew up in Wolverhampton. Was born in Wolverhampton. Is very helpful for our European registration because he's a homegrown at-club talent. He has options. And Norwich aren't really willing to offer me his value. They aren't willing to offer me over $1 million. They're willing to give me, what's that, 700 grand? If you give me 2 million, I'll sell him to you. 1.6 million. I'm not worried about you paying his salary. Give me actual money. 1.6 million. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Don't care. Ryan Giles. Udinese. Are you willing to give me 3 million for him? Okay, you can have him for 3 million. Johnny's going to Nottingham Forest. You've been an absolute fantastic servant to this club, Johnny. It's been good knowing you. Getting 7 million for him, a 30-year-old fullback. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. And the thing is we still have defensive options at left back and right back. We still have 2 left backs and 2 right backs who can play. So it's not like we're getting out here and we're going, okay, we no longer have a left back. We need to go out and buy one. We still have players here who can play left back and right back. Right, no worries. Someone needed to know if they can borrow my car. It's all good. So, Johnny, you have been a great servant to the club, but you're gone now. Liverpool have made an offer for Mavropoulos. Norwich wanted him on loan. You know what, Norwich? If you give us 1.5 million for him, I'll give him to you. Wickham want him on loan. Yeah, sure, Wickham, you can have Nigel on loan. Oh, Johnny Ho, take your time. Take your drop skill somewhere else. Yeah, he's going to go for Nottingham, and hopefully he'll have a great time there drop kicking people. Konstantin Marinopoulos has gone to Liverpool. Good purchase for Liverpool, though. I can't do much about that. I don't think I have the. Unfortunately, I don't have the finances at this point to keep up with them. You just saw someone dive in behind me and take my keys and run. So, transfer window is closed. We brought in Everett Ferguson for 80 million, Shrewsbury Hall for 28, and Rooney Burngie for 17. We sold Paulo Soriba. We sold Gonzalo Guedes and Hwang Hee-chan. When it comes to wages, we're still only 13th in the Premier League on wage spending. Ipswich Town have less than half of the next team. Them getting promoted is very good for their finances, I hope. Not currently. But hey, it's good for them at least. Bruno Fernandes has gone to Al Hilal. Oh my goodness. Bruno is now no longer at Man United. 120 million from him went to Al Hilal. Oh my goodness. A lot of Man United fans wouldn't be happy with that, losing him for that amount of money. We had the most players in and the most players out this season. Declan Rice went to Arsenal. Ansu Fati went to Liverpool. So we've now got to register players here for Europe. 2 goalkeepers, so Mark Travers and Anthony Trubin, Nathan Collins, Max Kilman, Clement, Nathan Semedo, Ryan Atnawari, Archie Brown, Kai Jan Hover, you, not Boubacar Traore, you, and you. So that gives us 21 players here. We have the minimum of 8 players. We don't have any players trained at Wolves from their... But I think because we have all the English players, I think we're fine. Is there anyone else here we should add? Let me check out contract here. Playing time. Anyone who is high up. You're a squad player. You might get pissed at not being registered, and honestly having some more cover probably wouldn't hurt. Oh, we can't register anyone else. We can't register anyone else because we don't have any players trained at Wolves, so we can only register 21 players for this. So we're going to have to take a risk here, because I don't think I can unregister anyone else, honestly. Except for, well, everyone else here is a squad player, and we need to have a minimum 2 goalkeepers, so I think that's all we can register. Sash has not been registered. He might want to leave now. Which, honestly, I don't think we'd be too mad about. Oh. We must register for the Premier League division. We have 1 player here who we have to register. We don't have to register Evan Ferguson. So we can technically register 2 more players because Evan's under the age of 21. Don't need to register you. Don't need to register you because you're both under 21. Yep. That's good. So all in all, I think that's a good Right, Nakamura's been banned for the 3 matches, unfortunately. I think that means he's out for his next match as well, which is against Everton. But I think he'll be back then after that. They're saying we should prioritize defense to strengthen, which I think makes sense, honestly. We've won 10k for our win in the Motors Trophy. Yeah, so if I go into my squad planner here, right back is Nelson Semedo, Kwaihan Jover. Left back is Reinhard Nwori and Archie Brown. Nathan Collins can play here. So if we had a senior player, defender, Nathan Collins, he can play here as a third option. Add senior player, defender, Clement, where are you? Oh, well, Max Kilman can also play there. He's wanted by Shanghai Port. Which, if they came in with a big transfer offer, I'd be willing to sell him. But yet again, he's an English player, so keeping English talent here is a good idea because we need them for, as we just saw there, for our registration, both in the league and in international tournaments. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. So next up here we have Everton. Everton's going to be a big match for us. We have a lot of players here who will be trying to prove themselves. We've got a few more matches here who will be broadcasted. That's extra money into our pockets. That's good. Sasha Kalashnikov is just injured. He's bruised his ankle. Sesko has played well for Slovenia and has got himself an assist. Very nice. North American Nations League. Scout them, see if there's anyone in here who has any kind of potential. Max age of 22. And we're going to have this be North American, actually just US under kids. There we go. Nobody else there really worth looking into. Arsenal's Saka signed a new 5-year deal. Mateus, I really need you to pick up your training, man. Evans trained well. Fabio's trained well. Are these guys growing? Yeah, Anto's kind of growing. He's doing well. He's doing alright. Not doing too bad. We have yet to play Teddy Bearface in the match, but if we get through the Caribou Cup round, which we have against Nottingham Forest, who we've already beaten this year, we will probably play him against a lower league team just to have him play in a match. I might also start I might start Anto in that as well. Anto's doing well training wise. That's good. Lee has bagged his Continental Pro license. Very good. Sasha will probably be leaving in the summer. Sorry, in the January transfer window. I can't say I'm surprised about this. We've got 2 strikers who are better than him. He's a good rotationary player. We've also got our first match here against Stade Rennais. Then we have Ipswich like 2 days later. Ugh. It's a bit bad for us, to be honest. So we have Everton. Then we have a few days here. Then we have Stade Rennais on the Thursday, and then we have Ipswich on the Sunday. So we got to go to I think that's to the Tractor Boys as well. I think, is it? Oh yeah, it's to the Tractor Boys. It's to their stadium. So we will be in Ipswich. Hjulmand didn't play terribly. Sasha played okay for Austria. Yusuf got himself a goal for Turkey. Request a summary to the inbox. Yusuf Zizi scored. Glued to the TV cheering him on. Always nice to see your team's players score internationally. Nice. Okay, he's happy with us. He's no longer concerned. Excellent. So let's think here. This guy will never be trained at Wolverhampton, but Evan Ferguson might be. No, he's club trained at Brighton. Who else do we have here who's young? Rooney will end up being club trained, I think, at Wolverhampton eventually. Yeah, he can be club trained at Wolves, homegrown, and also he also become homegrown in England. So he might actually be a very, very important player for us come registration in a few years, because we probably won't have very many Wolverhampton Wanderers players who are good enough to play at that level. It's just an unfortunate thing of not really having it. The problem with playing in Europe is that there's no breaks. Yeah, there's no breaks on this train. There's a reason why I tried to bring in some depth. It's largely because of the fact that we just didn't have any. Arguably, if we could have kept Gonzalo Guedes, it would have been a good idea. Ooh, Nathan Collins scored a goal for Ireland against Norway. Evan Ferguson got an assist. That's what we like to see. 20 caps and 2 goals for Nathan Collins. And Evan, 16 caps and 6 goals for Ireland. Has played very well. In your contract, there's 125 million release clause to the club in the UEFA Champions League. I think, you know what? I wouldn't like to see Evan Ferguson go, but I don't think many of us would argue that 125 million for a player who is good, who could become one of the best players in the world, isn't a bad deal all the same. Attacking movement, cut inside, play short, simple passes, absolutely. Boubacar Traore, yeah, fine. Fine. You've got food poisoning. Oh, that sucks. Food poisoning is fucking awful. He's got a tight groin, so he's okay for now. If I sold Mateus Nunes for 95 million, I could bring in that center mid that KTB recommended yesterday. Arsenal and Ramsdale are in renewal talks. Wolves are keeping an eye on Jimenez. No, we're not. We can't afford him anymore. We put an offer in for him, and he said no because he doesn't want to be at a club that isn't in the Champions League. So we can't afford him. Legitimately, if someone came in and bought Evan Ferguson off of us, I would immediately turn around and get Jimenez. But right now, we can't afford to get him. Yet again, if someone came in and offered us good money for they're saying Teddy Bareface could become as good as Yusuf Yazici. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to have at least two players who are actually in the squad who are good enough to do that. Oh wow. Daniel Bentley brought like the kid out to eat, and Daniel Bentley picked up food. Mikey, you literally just signed him? Yeah, I know. I literally just signed Evan Ferguson. But as I often like to say to people, you never know what'll happen. And since he has 125 million release clause to clubs in the Champions League, those clubs will have that money. Literally, Man United just sold Bruno Fernandes for enough money that they could bring him in if they wanted to. Nelson Semedo's hurt for 3 more days. Daniel Bentley's out on his sickness. How's Felix Ander doing? Fine, I guess. He'll probably never play for me, but hey, there's a named player there. You can do that, by the way, guys. There is a channel point redeem if you want to name a youth player after yourself. Remember, not after yourself, but after something you want to name. Remember, you can also pick position. However, there aren't many good youth players left in the system who have not already been claimed. Teddy Bearface, Evan Anto Riley, and Felix Ander are 3 of them. I have those 3 in the senior team, so that way I can train them and we can see their progress. But those were arguably the 3 best players we had in our youth intake. Right. Rose is interested in signing Julio Aguero. Who is this guy? Why are we getting articles about this guy? He's not an interest to us. The Europa League. We'll scout that. Makes sense. We do want someone who is good enough to be our player. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually have an empty scouting. We have an empty coach spot. Our coaching's actually pretty good overall. Fitness could use some improvement. Attacking could use some improvement. Our goalkeeping coaches are not the greatest either. What's this? Set pieces? Yeah, that's set pieces. We're above average in set pieces. Our scouting department could definitely use some improvement, but I think that's because we just don't have the scouting numbers yet. I might go through in the off season and take a look at that. But let's grab a coach here. We don't need these anymore. We need coaches who are unemployed. We're looking for, let's go fitness, motivating, and determination, and level of discipline. Let's see if there's a good fitness coach left out there. No. Well, not one that's that good. Let's lower this a little bit and see if there's anyone around. 4 players. Coaching attributes. Who's the best fitness guy? You are. Klaus Schmidt. Coach. Good fitness. Good everything, really. Yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing you in as a coach. You wouldn't be my assistant manager. You would be a coach. And we will give you a little bit extra money. You're willing to waive compensation? No, we won't. You won't be allowed to waive compensation, but we will give you good money. Wolves versus Rennes matches being televised. We're getting 40 grand for that. That just goes to show how little money there is in that, which is crazy. Kusev, we want to warn you about your training. Understood. Great stuff. Anto's training really well, and it looks like he's improving. We don't really want him training as a winger, though. We want him training as an advanced forward because we want him to get that holy trinity up. He's getting more intelligent. His decisions has already gone up by 1. His composure's gone up by 1. Some of his physical stats have gone up a little bit, I can see. Anto might actually have some potential. Weird pity he's not here today, so he can hear me saying this. Bentley resumes light training from his sickness. Teddy Bearface shines. What did Teddy Bearface do? Where is he? There he is. 7.4 rating. We're second in the under 18s tournament. Felixander did well as well. Good. Also, you'll see here, these guys are lit up in gold because they're technically senior squad members, but they're not really senior squad members. They're only in the senior team, so we can train them and have them be mentored by senior team players. Right. Let's take a look at this. Liverpool beat Leeds 3-0. Ouch. That's bad for Leeds. Bournemouth lost to Crystal Palace. That's a good match for Crystal Palace. That puts them into 11th in the league. Chelsea hammered Ipswich 5-1. Man City beat Arsenal 2-1. That's a good match for City and puts Arsenal back in the back foot. Newcastle beat Aston Villa 2-1. The only team left in the top division who has not scored points, because you can't see it behind my head here, is Nottingham Forest with 0 points in 4 matches. Norwich has 1, Fulham has 2, Ipswich has 3 points, as does Leeds. Looking like it'll be a very tight relegation battle this year. Is there anything here we should switch around? I'm going to leave Evan up top. Actually, no, I'm going to start Fabio. I'm going to start Fabio up top. I'm going to take you off for Bergani because he's played well and you're coming back from injury. Hover's going to have to start with Nathan Collins. Nathan Collins is back on his swing. He's got a heavy match load though, so we're going to start Kilman. Because Nathan had to play, obviously, international games. So he's not had much time to rest. Kilman, however, has not been called up to England. He's not had any kind of caps at all. That's a big negative of his. He doesn't have any real. He doesn't have the ability to be a English national team player. If he was an English national team player, that value would shoot up immediately. The second he got a cap, we'd see it shoot up like to twice the value it is. Anyone on the bench here who we want to put on? Are you registered? Are you capable of being fit? Yeah, you're capable of being selected. So I'm going to put you on the bench for the sake of if Hover gets sent off or if we get an injury. Even though I'd rather not have to bring you on. If I need to bring you on, I will. It's gone out again. That's fine. I'll leave it sit for a few minutes. There we go. We better get a... No, we're not going to get a ad break. So we're going to get through this match. Form is important to us. Not complaining, scoring goals is always fun. It's the fine margins, quality in every department. So we've won 3 of our first 4 matches. We lost 1-0 to Arsenal. We want to go up against Everton here and have this be a good match. They've lost 2 of their last 5 matches. Tarkowski is still there with Braithwaite and Pickford. They are in 10th. We're in 7th. We want to win this match. We want to try and qualify. Maybe not for the Champions League, but we're going to try. We're going to try and finish in 4th this year if we can get there. That would be the ultimate goal. Would be to qualify for the Champions League through the league. However, if we can't, we'll take Europa League, and we'll try and get a maybe the Europa League win or a cup win would be nice. Back to Pickford here on this highlight. Pickford being pressed by Fabio Silva, puts it up to Braithwaite. Braithwaite to McNeil, loses it to Hoover to Rooney. Fabio Silva, excellent first touch in behind into Yusuf Yazici. Onana intercepts. McNeil heads it away straight to Kilman. Kilman gathers to Hjulman. Hjulman, good first touch. Yusuf Yazici. Yazici goes out wide to Hover. Hover cuts it right back to Fabio Silva. Tarkowski wins the header, but Ike Nwari's there to pick up the second ball. Cunha has Onana go through his back. I think Cunha will take this penalty. No, Yusuf Yazici will take this penalty, but however, this time I will let Mateus Cunha take it. Even though he is... No, I'm gonna let Yusuf Yazici take this penalty. I think having a designated penalty taker most of the time out there isn't a bad idea. That was a bad tackle there from Onana. That'll give away a surefire goal here for Yusuf Yazici. Yusuf has yet to miss a penalty. I'll say that now and he'll miss his penalty. Watch. Yusuf Yazici steps up, buries it straight down the middle, right over Jordan Pickford's head. First goal of the season for Yusuf Yazici. Fantastic penalty taken there. Powers it right in. Pickford cannot even... Pickford goes the entire wrong way. Misses it entirely. Great goal there from Yusuf Yazici. He's been an excellent purchase for us, given we only spent 8.7 million for him. Throw in here. Godfrey goes back post to McNeil. McNeil can't get it over Hover. This is what I mean when I say Hover has a bit more size to him. Rooney intercepts the ball. Mateus Nunes takes it off of him. Mateus Nunes can't quite get past players, but he gets it back to Max Kilman, who hands it up to Hjulmand. Hjulmand goes over the top to Rooney. Rooney, easy touch, into the back to Fabio Silva, who buries it. Fabio Silva with his 4th goal of the season in as many matches with a hat-trick to start. Fabio Silva scoring excellently. Cool. Up to 40 minutes in played. We are winning this match 2-0 against Everton. Everton's team looks downtrodden. They haven't played very well so far. Half time here. Wolves are on the top. We've created loads. Keep going. Hjulmand's played well. Yusuf Yazici scored. Ronnie Burgundy has an assist. Fabio Silva has a goal. Trubin has had to make a save or two, it looks like. Yeah, he's had to make a save. At 65 minutes here, I'll probably take off Cunha, give him a rest. 60 minutes in here, Yusuf Yazici's taking a corner here. Langley, Clement Langley with the fantastic header there. That's Yusuf Yazici's 3rd assist of the season, with a goal as well. 3 goals here for Wolves. They've been scoring left, right, and centre. Clement Langley there makes an excellent header. Nathan Collins cheering on his centre-back partner. Braithwaite has the ball here. Can't get it forward. Mateus Nunes intercepts that. Really bad touch. Kilman cutting forward here. Out to Rooney. Rooney cuts in to Mateus Nunes to Yusuf. Back to Rooney. Rooney whips one. Rooney Burgundy with his 1st goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he made it a hell of a 1st goal. What a fantastic shot there from Rooney. Rooney cuts in. Mateus Nunes, Yusuf Yazici back out to Rooney. Rooney first time whips it over Jordan Pickford's head. Pickford must be furious right now. 65th minute is coming here. We're making some changes. Mateus Cunha is coming off for Pedro Neto. Pedro is recovering from that injury still. We're going to be bringing on... Oh, sorry, that wasn't Nathan Collins. That was Max Kilman. Max Kilman was cheering on Langley. We're going to bring on Drewsbury Hall for Hjulmand. Give Hjulmand a bit of a rest here. We're going to leave Silva in to get him a bit more match sharpness. We're going to bring in Archie Brown for Out Nwari. And then we're going to leave the changes for now. We're 4-0 up here against Everton. Wolverhampton Wanderers showing that all those changes that Redmond has made during the off-season has helped. Lens here into Braithwaite. Godfrey out to Lens. Back to Braithwaite. Braithwaite is on his own here. Into Ghana, out to McNeil. Ghana up to Almiron. Tries to go for Calvert-Lewin, but Langley makes an excellent interception there. Archie Brown to Yusuf Yazici. Yusuf back to Langley. Wolves keeping it nice and simple here. Yusuf out to Brown. Brown to Neto. Neto tries to go for Yusuf Yazici, but can't get to him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has intercepted. Shoots. Dominic Calvert-Lewin buries. That's an awful missed interception there from Drewsbury Hall. Pedersen puts it forward right between the legs of Drewsbury Hall. Calvert-Lewin carries it in. Trubin can't get his fingers to it. Is close though. That's an awful bit of defending there from Shrewsbury Hall. 80th minute now. Looks like Redmond's looking to make his last changes. Max Kilman's coming off. Nathan Collins is warming up. Looks like Shrewsbury Hall is moving forward, a bit forward, so Kusov can come in here. The young Uzbeki center back is taking the middle spot there. Braithwaite heads out. Rooney picks it up. Ad break in a minute here. Match will be done before then. Goes back out to Yusuf. Yusuf whips it. Yusuf buries his second goal of the game with an assist there from Rooney. Rooney seems to be absolutely in his spot now. Seems he has managed to get much more comfortable here at the Wolverhampton Wanderers squad. What a fantastic cross-field pass here from Rooney off his right foot. Whips it in to Yusuf Yazici, who didn't really have to work very hard for that goal. Puts it right over the shoulder of Jordan Pickford. 5-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers will win this game. That's the end of the match. We've got an ad break here in a few minutes, so I'm just going to burst through this quick meeting here, and I will get rid of this here. 5-1 win puts us in fourth. Top of match of the day. Absolutely top of the match of the day, that one. Though Chelsea also beat Ipswich 5-1. So that might be a case of they might put us together, given that there was an equal amount of goals and one goal was a penalty on each game. So that's actually kind of interesting. Gyökeres scored in the 14 minutes, had a penalty in the 37th. Nkuku scored at the 55th minute. Erling Haaland scored a brace for Man City. Yeah. Good matches here, though. Good matches so far. Bardini has scored himself, has managed to earn himself some decent playing time here. I don't think we'll be starting anyone else on that right-hand side, though Pedro Neto has not managed to come back very well from his injury. We have Stade Rennais up next. Two assists and a goal. Creative best. Fantastic match there from Rooney. He has managed to come into his own now. He didn't play very well in his first few matches for Wolves, but has managed to pull in an excellent match there. And we also got another goal there from Fabio Silva. So Silva scored very well. I'll put Mark Travers on the bench, even though we probably won't need him. I'll put him on there all the same. Kaito Nakamura is back from his suspension. Probably means that he'll be starting here instead of Rooney just for a game. Yusuf Yazici's going to have to come off here. He's hurt. He's feeling a bit tired. Start Scott McTominay there at the box-to-box mid spot. Archie Brown starting at left back with Nelson Semedo in at the starting lineup on the right. Max Kilman coming off for Nathan Collins, I think, here. Starting Nathan Collins in this match. Archie Brown has played really well at left back. And I think that's about it. I think that's good. 30 seconds of ad break left. Didn't play very well in his last match. The ad break is over. Welcome back, everybody. I'm just comparing Evan Ferguson here to Santiago Jimenez because I wanted to see what they were like. And it looks like Evan might be slightly worse than him. But Evan has also scored 4 goals in 3 games, while Santi has not scored any goals or got any assists even. So I think we've won that deal so far. We've managed to bring in a player who's probably played better for us than Santiago Jimenez might have. But having him definitely helps. Sorry, my phone has just gone crazy. Let me see. No, we got this here. Let me check this real quick. Sorry, guys. Just need to check something real quick. Cool. Alright, nothing too important there. Just need to check something real quick. Just an email that I might need to respond to during our next break. We have West Ham here against Nottingham Forest. If Nottingham Forest manage to beat West Ham, it'll be the first points that they've gotten all year. No, it's a draw, but it still is the first points that Nottingham Forest have seen all year, which ties them at the bottom of the league with Norwich. And Norwich has a better goal difference, so they are not at the bottom of the league right now. Ipswich are sitting in 17th with 3 points. The promoted teams were Leeds, Ipswich, and Norwich. Nottingham Forest have had an awful start to the season this year. Graham Potter doesn't seem to be capable of doing much with his team at the minute. Nearland has let in a lot of goals. It looks like he's finally started to fall off, given he's starting to hit that mid-30s point. But he's going to do his best, I guess. Maybe they should have brought in Jose Sa. Anyone here? You probably need to update that. Active. Rodri at Rail has not really a winger. You'd be fine. Okay. We got some matches here now that'll be important. We have our first Europa League match. I think this is Wolves' first proper Europa League match in like probably 6 years, maybe 4 years, maybe since COVID. Because I knew they did qualifying to get into the Europa League. I think during the COVID season. Brighton beat Brentford here, so that's good for Brentford, but bad for Brighton. Sorry, bad for Brentford, good for Brighton. Brentford have dropped down to 7th. We're still sitting in 4th. We are one of 2 teams who have won 4 of their first 5 matches. The other one being Liverpool. Newcastle and Man City have yet to lose a match. Tottenham are 3-1-1, so are Chelsea, Brentford. Alfonso Moreira's playing pretty okay at Famalicão as well. Man City are looking to get Rodrigo in. Ooh, baby. Baby, that'll be a bad time for everyone in the Premier League. Yusuf Yazici and Bergani got named to Player of the Week. Who's this guy? A 25-year-old French guy. What are they suggesting here? Yep, fine with this. It's a perfect draw, apparently. Apparently we're equally matched. Don't inform me about his loan move, I don't care. They're suggesting we start Cunha up top. You must be on drugs if you think I'm starting Mateus Cunha over basically anybody, to be honest, at striker, given we have Evan Ferguson and Fabio Silva, who have both scored 4 goals. Yusuf Yazici going in, however, I can definitely agree with that, given Yusuf is on a bender of form right now. Might see if I can't offer him a new deal. Hey, Teddy Bearface is now homegrown. He's been registered for an English club for more than 3 years. I think information-wise, he's also trained at Wolves. He'll be trained at Wolves in 21 days. So that's good. We have ourselves some good young homegrown talent. Liverpool are chasing Pedri. 117 to 142 million pounds. Jesus Christ. Troy Parrott has ended his goal drought. 10 hours of competitive football. He's playing at Derby right now. On loan from Tottenham. Nelson Semedo, they only recommend for 45 minutes. If we're smashing them after the first 15-20 minutes, I might very well do that. They're also playing a 7-3. With Jeremy Doku up top. Good player. Because of that, I am actually going to start Hover on the right, just because I think we don't really want to be risking Nelson Semedo. Clement Langley has played pretty well. Nathan Collins can use this match as a way to get himself back into sharpness. Archie Brown is arguably our best left back at the moment, given he is playing better than Ike Nuori is. Nelson Semedo is still in. Well, he's back from his injury, but he's only at 45 minutes. Prastavelli is fine. Neto is wanted by Al Hilal. Honestly, if you come in with 60 million, 65 million for Pedro Neto, I would sell him at this point. Kaito Nakamura is lacking march sharpness. That's fine. He can start up top. Well, not up top. He can start at the front. This match will be a good match of to measure ourselves against. If we can beat these guys easily, I think we've discovered that we're actually probably going to do better than we thought. I expect to win tonight, guys. Goals win games. I like our chances. Certainly giving us every reason to think we can keep going. We're at the Stade Rennais Stadium. This is Wolves' first time in the Europa League in several years. Stepping out leading the troops is Nathan Collins. Next to him is Antonelli Trubin. You see a lot of teams here with international teams and caps underneath their belt. Collins and Ferguson here play for the Irish team together. You expect good chemistry from them. We are currently 15 minutes in here. We've led some of the scoring chances. PSV, Lecce, Malmo, Atlanta, Real San Sebastian and Hibernian are winning their matches, it looks like. Got a highlight here. Soam to Jeremy Doku. Doku Pulls it across goal, can't get it in. We are now 30 minutes in. Fenerbahce are now also winning their match, as are Juventus and Atalanta. We've got a dead ball here. Yusuf Yazici over it. Yusuf Yazici here, known for a whipping free kick. Bangs it off the bottom of the crossbar. Can't get it in though. But Mateus Cunha, with a bad first touch, can't keep it in. Throw in here for Stade Rennais. Hjulmand wins the header but can't get it to his own teammates. But that puts it right down into the boot of Jahan Hover. Puts it into Nathan Collins, who takes the ball for a bit of a walk here. Up to Yusuf Yazici, into Nathan Ferguson. Everton Ferguson, who switches the ball. Takes a shot, can't get it past Coleman. Wasn't very much venom in that shot there, but Wolves are on the front foot here. Coming up to half time here. It looks like Redmond's moving them to an attacking situation here, trying to let them know that, hey, we're winning this match. We are absolutely hammering them so far. Time for everyone to dig in. Mateus Cunha's not played well. Neither has Evan Ferguson, to be fair. The only winger substitute we have is Pedro Neto or Roni, and we'd have to probably bring in one of them. Neither of our wingers have played particularly well, so what I think I'll do here is I'll switch these two around, bring in Rooney Berge on the right, and we will leave it at that for now. I'm going to give him a quick encourage here off the get-go. Nathan Collins gets whacked down by Jeremy Doku, but stays standing. Wins it back. Nathan Collins goes back to Antonelli Trubin. Kicks it out wide to Archie Brown. Archie Brown goes over the top to McTominay, who goes back to Nathan Collins. Right back to McTominay, out wide to Hover. Good passing there. Up to Rooney. Rooney cuts in. McTominay. Oh, they had a player sent off there. McTominay's down, holding his ankle. McTominay gets back up, limping away. But now you'd fully expect Wolverhampton Wanderers to win this match up a man. If they don't manage to win this match, you'd expect this to be really, really bad for their chances. Collins blocks a shot there from Jeremy Doku. Doku taking the corner here. Terrier over the top, can't get it down. About to get to 60 minutes here. I think we need to make some changes. I think we're switching to our 4-2-4 here. We're taking off McTominay. Actually, has McTominay played? McTominay's played pretty well. So we're going to leave him in here. We're going to take off you for Fabio Silva. Who is... You're fairly either-footed. Silva is also fairly either-footed. Nathan is going to go and complete forward on attack. Actually, no, you go to advance forward. You definitely go to advance forward. We want to push up against their back line. Regani, you switch to an inverted winger on attack. Nakamura, you stick to a winger on attack. Nathan Collins has a yellow card, but I'm pretty happy with leaving him on for now. Nelson Semedo can come on for Kai. Yusuf Yazici's been playing okay. We'll make those changes for now at the 60th minute. We got a highlight here. McTominay, Rooney. Rooney puts it over the net. Fabio Silva ends up in the net instead of the ball. We're at 70 minutes here. We're currently sitting in 20th in the division. We need to pull one out of our hats here, boys. We should have absolutely scored here. Switch up some instructions here. You want to move tempo up a bit higher, I think, here. In transition, we want to counter. Distribute quickly. You want to engage higher. That's fine. Let's go. Let's see if we can ring one back here. We wanna take on Stade Rennais here. We want to end up with a goal here so we can solidify ourselves in the top half of the league. A point here would just not be enough. Redmond's taking off Scott McTominay for a more offensive look, it seems. Bringing on Shrewsbury Hall. Playing him next to Yusuf Yazici. We got 5 minutes of added time here. We got a highlight here from a corner with Yusuf Yazici. Back post, Nathan Collins. Nathan Collins scores Wolverhampton Wanderers' first goal of the Europa League. You can immediately see as well that Redmond is now switching stuff around again, as he has got the goal that he needed. Nathan Collins with a thunderous header there. Whip ball, back post. Nathan Collins soars up, buries it. The Irishman coming forward there. There are 2 minutes left, 1 minute left, no minutes left. We have won our first game in the Europa League. We should have won that match much more convincingly. Neither of our forwards played particularly well, but we still came through. Didn't play as well as we could have, but we still won, so I'm happy. Happy everyone to do what they asked. Superb defensive performance, prevent the opposition from winning. I'm over the moon. You can't get much more moments like that. We received £540,000 for winning. Nathan Collins with the banging header. You played last match really well, Nathan. Good to see you playing well again. Back from injury, his potential's gone back up, it looks like. Won a bunch of headers. Kaito Nakamura is suspended, so Pedro Neto, you're coming on. Switching over for Mateus Cunha. And Rooney, you're starting there. Evan Ferguson, you're coming off the bench this match for Fabio. Yusuf, you're coming off for Castavelli. Shrewsbury Hall, you're going in for Scott McTominay. I'm sorry, no. Mateus Nunez should be in there. Archie Brown, you're coming off for Right Nuori. Clement, you're coming off for Max Kilman. Kai, you're coming off for Nelson Smedo. Gabriel, you're going on for Travers. We got Ipswich Town up next. Right, Red. I'm going to ask you this now. Right, assuming you're still in the chat. Say hi if you're still in the chat. I did say that you just saw that, Red, that you were yay, wins a win. But I'm going to ask you a question here. If you want me to, I will play Teddy Bearface. I will put Teddy Bearface on the bench for this match. I will put him on the bench, and if we're winning by the 70th minute, I'll bring him on. Give him an appearance if you want me to. Essentially, I would leave Yusuf Yazici off because he's just not fit enough to play so many matches back to back to back. He would go on the bench over Yusuf Yazici. That's the only change I'd make. Scott McTominay, Shrewsbury Hall, they're super fit guys. They have the stamina to keep playing matches. But Yusuf Yazici doesn't have that, so I will play Teddy. I'll put Teddy Bearface on the bench. Yeah, but I'll put him on the bench, and if we're winning at the 80th minute, I'll bring him on for the last 10 minutes plus the added extra time. Arguably playing him against Nottingham Forest is playing him against Nottingham Forest is probably the smarter option because it's in the Carabao Cup. But since this is the this is one of the lower, this is a team that's in the relegation fight. I think bringing him on wouldn't be a bad idea. They're also suggesting I start Shrewsbury Hall. Honestly, I think I will start Shrewsbury Hall. I'll bring on Krastavelli if we need to bring in some offensive option. His value is not very high, but he also was a free signing. So if we sell him in the summer for any money, I think we're happy with him. Following a heavy 5-win defeat against Chelsea, McKenna's side are currently 17th with 3 points in the first 5. Training has been excellent. Feeling a little bit fragile. Delighted with his start. Type of personality you need. Players are raring to go. He's an excellent player. We'll see. So I think we'll win this match, personally. I don't see why we shouldn't win this match. Teddy Bearface played well in this match as well. Ooh, Evans hurt for 3 to 4 weeks. That's bad. Alright, Sasha, guess what? You're on the bench now. Tactics. Evan is hurt, so that means Sasha, you're now on the bench, my friend. Ooh, he played awfully in this match. Poor crosses. Couldn't complete any crosses. That's unfortunate. Right, so Evan Ferguson's out for 3 weeks. It's not the worst thing in the world, I don't think. I think we have